Hello, this is The Harping Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. As I like to do in the beginning of the podcast, mention my social media and my audio platform social media. I will link that in this podcast and audio platforms. I'm on Amazon Music, Audible. I'm on Pandora. I'm on Spotify for podcasters. And I'm looking to grow to wherever you enjoy your podcast. I am on that. Now, this is the addition to the top 10 female artists of the 90s. Dolores Riordan was not included in that list, and I wanted to pay respect and give a special appreciation for her in this particular podcast. So this is what we're going to get into. Let's talk about it. The Cranberries, Dolores O'Riordan, made the Cranberries the biggest Irish band after U2. She did it by composing immense songs and singing them like a roller coaster. With her voice constantly rising and falling, it reflects on her own life. Dolores Mary Eileen O'Riordan was born on September 1971 in Ireland. She had a difficult childhood, including sexual abuse. She focused her music, and destiny led her in 1990 into a newly formed band, the Cranberries, in 1989. Noel Hogan, guitarist, and Mike Hogan, bassist, and Noel's brother, met drummer Fergal Lawler and Niall Quinn, who sang. They then decided to form a band called the Cranberries Saw Us. After 6 months, the singer Niall left the band, but not before introducing them to a friend of his girlfriend to replace him, Dolores O'Riordan. At the audition, Dolores didn't say a word until she started singing. The members of the Cranberries counted and remembered. We were immediately blown away, as they quote. Her voice was something special. The Cranberries released 8 studio albums plus several live and compilations and albums. Dolores O'Riordan released 2 solo albums. On January 15, 2018, at the age of 46, Dolores passed away in London. She was recording some music and was staying at the London Hilton Hotel. She had been drinking heavily and due to an accident fell into the bathtub and drowned. The remaining members of the Cranberries decided that they could not go on without Dolores O'Riordan, and the group disbanded for good. So, what are my overall thoughts about the Cranberries and Dolores O'Riordan and her gifts that she has given us through music and what she has done with rock and her band being mainstream and everything that goes along with that. I think that it is a phenomenal example of believing in what you can do and using what uplifts you and your gifts to help you move on and move forward through your pain. And she she did that in so many ways. So, for instance, ode to my family. Now, let me read to you the breakdown about this and about this song and everything else that goes with that. So, it says, and I will link all of this information in this episode of this podcast. So it says, the lead singer Dolores Riordan's childhood memories of growing up in Ireland. That's what it's about. She reflects on the lack of attention and understanding she received as a child and yearns for someone to truly see and care for her. The first verse sets the scene of initial confusion and disappointment as she implores the listener not to turn away and acknowledge what she is saying. She expresses, tongue-tied there. She is expressing frustration with spending so much of her life feeling misunderstood and questions whether anyone truly cares about her. In the chorus, Riordan contrasts her state of unhappiness with the carefree attitude she and her friends had as children. They didn't care about societal norms or expectations, but just lived in the moment and enjoyed life. She sings wistfully about her mother, who provided comfort and safety during her difficult times, and also about her father, who she feels loved her despite of her imperfections. I think that's just a testament of using your skills and using your talents to decipher through and to deal with pain and the demons within the pain. And not only that, by the means of understanding that she is a musical artist, she can reach so many people through this, and they can relate to that and understand and see the and see the suffering, and try to use that as a means to heal. And that's she along with so many artists in the 90s, they did things like this, and it's just truly remarkable. And so let me break down the other well-known song, and so many countless songs, but these hone in the overall themes of what I'm talking about the power of music and how it can speak beyond so many limits that can say and use and different means, what people say in political means and everything else, and media means and all of that. So even more so, mentioning political means zombie. So let me break this down. So it says, for this particular song, and this will be also linked in this episode of the podcast. So it says, the Cranberries song Zombie addresses the issue of the long-standing conflict in Northern Ireland between the predominantly Catholic Irish nationalist community and the predominantly Protestant Unionist community that began in the late 1960s. The lyrics describe the aftermath of an IRA terrorist bombing in Warrington, England, I believe, in 1993, which killed 2 children and injured dozens of people. The first verse highlights the violence and silence that follows such tragic events and the confusion over who is truly to blame for the conflict. The chorus repeats the word zombie as a metaphor for dehumanization and loss of life caused by these senseless acts of violence. The second verse begins, attention to the same old thing since 1916, when the Easter Rising marked a significant step toward Irish independence. The song is a powerful and emotional commentary on the brutality and the devastation caused by political violence, and it is considered one of the most iconic songs of the 1990s. The song was released in 1994 and became an instant hit, earning critical acclaim and reaching the top of music charts worldwide. I mean, this is just a testament of speaking about the honesty of political ideologies and how that can tear people apart and just ruin lives. And she stood ground and she talked about this very candidly, and she again used her musical gifts as a vehicle to uplift this and highlight this and say, you know, with this we are united and we can speak on this and heal and talk about it. And it's so sad what happened, and it's so sad that how Dolores Riordan passed on and how she left. But she left so many great things, and her legacy will live on. And I think that's the best way to remember her. And I'm very glad that I was a 90s kid and I could experience these type of artists and hear this, and it's just truly reflecting. So this reaches the end of the Harboring Light. As I like to say, tune in and turn up, and also take care.